Hello beer tubers and welcome to another beer review with me, Peter, the master of hoppers, today joined by
Brett
of Anomyces, checking out the freshest Czech Pilsner that we have ever drunk.
Yeah.
This is crazy.
I've never been in Czech Republic.
Me neither, but we're drinking this beer straight from the Czech Republic at only 6 days old. This was just 6 days ago. That's why it's in a PET bottle. Apparently, this is common in the Czech Republic for a lot of small producers. They tap the beers in PET plastic bottles and ask people to drink it within like 3 weeks. So it's super short shelf lives and just drink it really fresh. But we got to give a huge shout out to Josef. Josef is a follower of the channel. He lives in Aalborg, where we're from. And he saw our review of Vinohradska and thought it was awesome that we actually, help kind of speak well or just promote Czech beer and Czech pils, because a lot of people in craft have an idea that, it's just a Pilsner. But really, well, Czech Pilsners are also really good. And that was one of the eye-opening beers for me that, I didn't have that idea that all Czech beers had to be buttery. Because of, commercial examples that are being told as being the style-defining sample as Pilsner Urquell. A lot of people associate buttery diacetyl with Czech Pilsner, but that's not necessarily the case. That's just because it's the industry most well-known, type of Czech Pilsner. So he also, when he delivered this, along with numerous other fresh Czech beers, said that he was very astounded to hear the whole buttery thing, because he never got that in his hometown. And wanted. So this is from Továrna Pivovar. And this is a local brewery to him. There's 2 breweries where he lives in Czech Republic, and he brought 2 beers from these breweries. Both are, again, like a week or so old. And he said, you have to drink them really fresh. They're best drinking them at the brewery straight from the cellars.
Yeah,
of course. This one is their Továrenska 10. Yeah. And the whole 10, 11, all these things on the beers is just a classification of Plato. Yeah. And I think so we didn't talk about that, but I'd imagine it's probably something to do with taxes. That you have to write the Plato, the gravity, in terms of how you pay the taxes.
Maybe they have another
because that's often how it is with classic beers.
The higher the Plato, the higher the tax.
Something like that. So the 10 Plato is not necessarily a super golden Pilsner, a blonde, because this is a bit darker. It can be, many different things. Yeah. In general, it's Czech Pilsners. But they're just classified in terms of Plato.
But usually they are a bit more dry and less sweet the lower the Plato.
Yeah. So this is 4%, so super light. And again, it's only 6 days old. And the info on here is, of course, in Czech, but I translated it. And it says that it's an unfiltered Czech Pilsner that is made with caramel malts from Bavaria. It says something Czechesco, so I'm thinking that's like Czech Pilsner, Czech malt, and then it's made with the Hallertau variants of hops, so German hops as well. This is going to be really interesting to try a Pilsner this fresh. Nice cloudy golden yellow color.
It's unfiltered.
Yes, it's got a it's not like crazy hazy, but it's just lightly cloudy. And it also makes sense in terms of this whole freshness thing with the Uniciske beers. Yeah, because they also have short shelf lives.
Yeah, super.
But yeah, it looks very nice in the glass.
Yeah. White
head. Let's check out the aroma. Oh, wow. Yeah. Super bready.
Yeah.
Crazily bready.
That is just like
the freshest straight out bread.
Straight out of the oven. Almost.
So the fun thing, a lot of people would say this is just a Pilsner. Yeah. You really need to drink more Pilsner then and get into the mindset of just like how soft, subtle nuances are in beer.
This smells like a bakery. It smells like a bakery. It smells like
walking into a bakery in the morning. There's so much malt character. I think they amplify the malt character with that touch of caramel malt.
Yeah. And there's like a floral, slightly herbally.
Yeah, I think definitely mostly floral. Yeah. But there's also a little bit of what we get sometimes with the classic hops of this holzig, woody hop character.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah, a touch of caramel.
Yeah, it's like a slightly toffee thing.
Yeah, toffee.
And I think,
more like toffee.
And you know what I also think? Because of toffee and butterscotch are often quite closely linked. So that can also be why this whole idea of Czech Pilsners often having diacetyl. I mean, maybe there is a little bit, but it could just be caramel malt. Yeah. There is a toffee thing.
I'll have to taste it to really know.
But it's not as sulfuric as like a German Pils.
No.
But it smells really good.
Yeah.
Really fresh. It's so vibrant. Let's try it. Cheers. Thanks a ton, Josef. I wouldn't have a problem drinking this entire bottle on my own. This is the fun thing that people who think Pilsner Urquell is the best Czech beer in the world, best Czech Pilsner, they just need to forget about that beer and drink microbrewed Czech beer. This is 10 times better than any Pilsner Urquell. It's so dry and snappy.
It's not, it's not super hoppy.
No,
but it just
very well
dries out. It's
bone dry.
Yeah, it's super dry and it's just like really fresh malty. Just super fresh malts.
It definitely has a higher emphasis on malt complexity.
Yeah.
You get that touch of caramel malt in there, so you have that this really nice, soft, bready. It is almost brioche, and I think it's because it's caramel, so there's like a toffee-esque thing.
Yeah.
There's a really nice peppery aftertaste, like black pepper, bitter black pepper. It's nothing crazy, but the hop character is definitely it's dry, woody, peppery, floral.
Yeah.
It's almost like the finish is almost like in Schönrammer Pils. It has that lingering, spicy, almost soapy hop.
Yeah, but I think Schönrammer is a bit more bitter.
Yeah, for sure.
This is like, to me, like a Czech Helles-esque thing.
Yeah.
Because,
almost.
It's not that bitter.
I think it has a good amount of bitterness compared to a Helles. Yeah. Helles are often softer than this.
Maybe, yeah.
And that's also something that a lot of people can't pick up on because they're used to drinking crazy flavorsome beers with so much impacting flavor. Like, to distinguish all these things, you just need to drink more of it. And that's how it is, with most beers. You can't say, the first New England IPA is the best New England IPA you had. But when you've drunk a million, like everyone has because it's a trendy style, you can.
Yeah.
It's the same for Pilsners. And that's also one of the problems, I think a lot of people don't want to try them because it's just a Pilsner. But then when you get into it, you totally see the complexities of it. This is a beautiful beer.
Yeah.
It's so fresh and vibrant, and there's so much fresh breadiness.
Yeah.
That crazy bakery kind of freshly baked bread flavor is there.
It's just so vibrant and fresh tasting.
And perfectly well lagered because it's super clean. If you compare it to the German style, it's definitely a little less fruity, and it's also a little less bitter. It has a similar dryness to some German Pilsner interpretation. But
maybe that's just why I think Helles, because it's a bit behind also.
Maybe more
Vinohradsky 11 when it comes to
could be closer.
Yeah,
because that's
but if you think of Vinohradsky 11, that is quite a bit more bitter than this is, and it's also less bitter than Schönrammer. It's also less bitter than Augsburg. Of course, those are also pretty bitter, but yeah, that's probably just why I'm thinking vibes of a Helles. But I see that maybe it is a touch too hoppy.
I'm getting a slight bit of lemon zest too now. But the serving format of this is perfect. It's 4%. I wouldn't have, minded just drinking this on my own.
No, just then pour the first half yourself.
Pour the first half in the fridge, and
then,
but I think you probably, when you crack it, you need to drink it quite quickly.
Yeah, you have
just with growlers. So just use
the
a
carb
stein.
will just die.
Yeah, I think so too. Because the carb is very fine. It's a very gentle carbonation. It's still spritzy, but it's not it's not as effervescent as some German styles as well.
No, but also not as Vinohradsky.
If the other one is his favorite Czech kind of Pilsner, and again it's also local to him, to Josef. The standard of Pils. I can understand why he's disappointed drinking. Whatever Pilsners you get on tap in Denmark from whatever bigger, larger scale brewers that does Czech beer, or or brewers that
even craft breweries.
Or just Czech breweries that are large and distribute, and it sits for a while. If you're used to drinking Pilsner of this level, you can't help but be disappointed. This is borderline world class. It's I think for me to go world class, I wanted a little bit more fruitiness, but I'm still going a 93, 94 or something like that. I think this is a 425 on Untapped. I think this is fantastic.
The only thing for me is just a preference thing. I just like lagers a bit more hoppy and snappy.
Me too.
And a bit more carbonation. But I guess to this style, it's just what it should be. I just prefer a slightly different style of Pilsner or lager to really go world class. But I agree. 93.
Yeah, I mean you could. Yeah, I think 93 is a good grade. It's just so fucking tasty. But you could imagine if they do like maybe 11 or 12 or so that where they don't have the caramel malt edge.
Yeah.
That could be
and 11.
Yeah, that could be just more bright and fresh. That could be crazy dope. But yeah, this is really good. I'm looking forward to trying the other one.
Yep.
We might be cracking that today because that's also crazy fresh. We'll see. But yeah, wonderful stuff. Thanks a ton, Joseph. This makes me want to go to the Czech Republic and drink fresh beer. So, if you guys have been to the Czech Republic, or if you've been lucky enough to try Továrna Továrenská 10, let us know what you thought of it. Don't go by Untappd ratings because it's a Pilsner. Fuck
Untappd when it comes to lagers. Just
Untappd. This has a 325.
Buy what is being recommended from people you
who
trust.
Know. From people who trust and people who know what they're talking about. Yeah. Like sometimes it just pisses me off when people give beer styles a bad rep because they don't like it.
Yeah.
Like this is a wonderful, beautiful Czech Pilsner, and I would love to drink it again. Yeah. Thanks a ton, Joseph. This was amazing. So, if you guys had a chance to try this bad boy, let us know what you thought of it. As always, remember to comment, subscribe, and don't be fooled by the appearance in that plastic
What is
bottle.
your favorite Czech Pils?
Yeah, I'd love to hear that. And we got a subscriber. I forget your name as well, but Joseph was kind enough to get a can of Radegast 12 that you actually wanted me to review because he could find that in the Czech Republic where he's from. So that's awesome. So if you had to let us know what's your favorite Czech Pils. As always, remember to comment, subscribe, check out the Facebook fan page on Twitter and Instagram. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Ring the bell for future notifications about videos. And we're going to say cheers.
Yep.
And see you guys in another beer review.